Hi, I'm Father Michael. I'm from America. I was born and raised in Virginia, and I've been a monk here at the Abbey of Le Barroux for over 3 decades. And for almost all of that time, for 30 years now, I've worked in our vineyards and our orchards here at the Abbey. The monastery owns a vineyard here in one of the most beautiful areas of all Provence, between the superb Dentelle de Montmirail, as they say in French, and the great mountain Mount Ventoux. The monastery is located in the mountains at about 1,200 feet above sea level, and only a few miles away from the famous Rhone Valley vineyards of Gigondas, Vacqueyras, and Châteauneuf-du-Pape. Our vineyards prosper here in a protected area designated by UNESCO as a Biosphere Reserve. The altitude of this area confers a refreshing coolness upon our wines. The entire vineyard is geographically mountainous in nature. Our cultivation methods are equivalent to the standards set for the greatest vineyards, and we are in the process of making our vineyard into an observatory, a laboratory, so that we can share the techniques, the best ways to make the best wines with other winemakers here in the area. Here we are at the sisters, the nuns monastery. There are about 35 nuns here. Here we're in an area where we make some of our best wines. We have 2 grape varieties. We have Syrah here, and on the other part we have Grenache, and you'll notice it's high density planted very closely together, and so like I said, this is where we make some of our best wine. So this diversity adds to our general success, you could say, I guess. In 2015, the monks decided to work together with small winemakers in our area to make great wines together, under the direction of Philippe Combi, who is named the world's best enologist, that is, winemaker, for the year 2010 by Robert Parker. Via Caritatis refers to the more perfect way of charity, because this project gives the opportunity to smaller winemakers to fabricate great wines with us and to earn a decent income for their work. As you may know, the popes lived in Provence in southern France in the city of Avignon for almost 70 years in the 14th century. They were at that time among the most powerful and leading European sovereigns. The first vineyard that these popes planted was right here in a place called Le Grosso, in the heart of the Via Caritatis estate, in the year 1309. So it is older even than Châteauneuf-du-Pape, which was planted 10 years later. We, the monks, have the honor of having brought back to life the first and therefore the oldest papal vineyard. This whole story is fascinating because when he became Pope, Clement V chose to live in Provence instead of Rome in order to escape the political unrest occurring at that time in Italy. And when he came to Le Grosso, which at that time was a Benedictine monastery, and only a stone's throw away from the present Benedictine monastery of Le Barroux, he decided that it would be his summer residence. And finally, because he esteemed good wines, the new Pope, Clement V, planted there the first papal vineyard. Most of the great vineyards in Europe were created by monks. Romane Conti, Claude Vougeot, Claude Tard, Alox Corton, Chassagne Montrachet, etc. All of these were established by monks, and we are simply aspiring to continue the work of our predecessors. We would be so happy that you could continue this way of charity by buying and sharing these wines in America. As an American citizen, I would love to learn that these wines are being largely shared in my country by those anxious to discover this more perfect way.